Y'all know what it is in terms of how we feel. But as we think about what's going on in our city, particularly with our youth and some of the, dysfunction that's happening, I think from my lens or my perspective, so much of that is rooted in the difficulty in the adults and community getting stable. And so many of y'all are just super extraordinary and have been able to break down barriers and get in positions, and that's amazing. But for the lion's share of so many of us that are returning, and even for you, because there's other things that you want to do and aspire to do that, your past continues to be a barrier. And for me, I'm so tired of having to say, oh man, just be patient, or man, you can't do that, or they not gonna hire you here. And even me as a person that's trying to help people find jobs, I'm so tired of that, right? And I think the next level for us collectively has to be us pushing for some form of reconciliation. And then Friday in New York, the state of New York passed a clean slate bill, which I think is encouraging. I still feel like that bill lacked, and no disrespect, I appreciate it, salute to all the people that helped make that happen, but I think it lacked teeth in terms of certain crimes. And we know here in the District of Columbia, 85% of the charges or the crimes people been convicted of can be considered violent. So for our push towards that, we can't allow things to be off the table. This ain't gonna be just for somebody with a white collar crime or some quote unquote non-violent offense. It's for men like you and women that's been down before and are back, making positive contributions to the community and want to dream again in every way possible. And so people like Smooth and Eon and a few other people, Maurice, we've been in talks with Councilmember White. There's a draft bill that's in the judiciary that we want to figure out how do we help support getting that through the council. We've seen a lot of emergency legislation around crime bill. We want to see something like that as a part of our public safety strategy, being able to get men and women that are returning citizens to be able to matriculate into whatever industry that they want to. I don't care if it was healthcare, IT, hospitality, government sector, whatever. And so we hope to, I ain't gonna say we hope, we're going to move forward. We're gonna try to start organizing more. We're gonna need each one of you to be able to identify 10, 20 people. We saying there's a council hearing that's related to this, we have to show up. And I don't even believe it takes a lot of us to show up, right? If we show up with 200, 300 of us, the world won't stop. But we never do. But when there's people like us walking through the street, oh, Tony, somebody, I need this. Well, we need to come together, a person like Trayon or Kenny McDuffie or Rob or whomever who may be champions for us on the council, but they need us. They need us. And to be honest with you, you can look at it from they care, but they all right. We need to make our families all right. And the way we're going to do that is for us to start organizing and coming collectively and making sure that our families have what they need. And I think part of that starts with, the parents, the men and the women from our community being able to be stable, man. So tonight was really about just getting together. Hopefully we can do this a little more often. I want to pass around a sheet so we can get everybody's information. Hopefully we can. I'm still sort of ambiguous about if we're going to call for a round table or we're going to do a rally or maybe we do both. But really, something got to happen. We got to have the sense of urgency.
Or we can just run up in the Wilson.
See, yeah, she always. Yeah, I ain't taking that off the table though, because people need to see us.
I think we should just storm the Wilson like they did the Capitol.
Oh, right.
Because why we keep playing nice?
Yeah, man. And it really is. We got to stop playing nice, because in a sense, because it's like when you look at all that's happening, everybody in the city supposedly feeling it. But when you think about it, man, it's us that's dying, that's getting killed, that's ODing, that's going to jail. That's our babies robbing and carjacking. Even the victims of those crimes, in most times, will be us and our families, right? So, we got to really call for what we know that we need. And the same call for the reconciliation is also calling for opportunity simultaneously. And it's like thousands of jobs. I don't know if y'all think about it like this, I'm sure that you do, but like 75% of the job market is cut off in the District of Columbia from returning citizens. So a lot of times we know some people work, but when we look at the sectors, a lot of people working in the same sort of lanes, right? You know what I mean? Think about how many things that you don't even know nobody that working. You understand what I'm saying? It don't even matter what they do there, but it's just we're not present. And there's so many barriers that exist that a lot of people don't even think about because we not even pursuing them. Me and Marcus Bullock, I don't know if Marcus still here, but we was just talking about something like life insurance. Right? Smooth and I talking about, just think about this shit like that. That's criminal to say that somebody that have a criminal history can't have life insurance. Even think about from a generational wealth standpoint, you can't get life insurance to leave nothing for your babies. Just think about that shit is for what? You went to jail already, you paid your price. These are the things though, again, we need to start to really talk about. There's a lot of licenses, there's a lot of insurances, and things that people with criminal history can't get. There's a lot of loans. I was down at the Senate one time, this is like last year, and they was talking about the SBA, Small Business Administration.
Yeah.
And they were talking about these new loans that they were about to try to put out there as a part of the American Rescue Plan and all this and that. But the senator that's going out was Cardin in Maryland. He was mentioning, he said, yeah, but people will turn, it was a return to citizen form. And he was like, yeah, but people with criminal history at this point, we couldn't get that in the bill. So it's like government agencies giving out loans to small businesses, but if you are a returning citizen-led business, you wouldn't be able to get that loan. Just think about that. So, but these are the kind of things that we have to elevate. We can't fight it all at one time, but I want to start with the reconciling bill, trying to get it through the judiciary. Britt Pinto is the chairwoman of the Judiciary Committee, and I hope that we can have an audience with her. I think that we will be able to, but when we have that audience, her and the other committee members, we also are going to try to figure out exactly who they are and set up meetings with the other committee members. But we may have meetings with them all on one day. We might need 4 people to go with one council member, 4 of us go to another council. But we need people to be present to do that. And stories, real life stories, is what we need. It can't be one person talking, 2 people talking. It can't just be trade up one. We need voices. And y'all real people with real lives, real family, and so many of y'all have done so much for the city since returning, and I don't think we talk about that enough. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thank y'all for coming out. Please, when we pass this piece of paper around, please try to write legibly, so we can know we want to put together, so we can stay in contact with you. And if there's more food to eat, let's play some games. This is Set 5. Best DJ in District of Columbia, you know what I'm saying? And can we, in closing, we shut up here. No, I'm gonna say something there. No, listen, I know, don't rush me. Listen, I think this is important to say that. First of all, I mean, everybody here, y'all, if you didn't know Angel, you don't know who you are, right? This is Spice Sweet. This whole complex is called Black and Fort. This is hers. Right, let's just make that be clear. It's her shit, right? Like, her as a partner, we've been able to do so much. Everything I've ever thought about doing, or she'll put the thought in my head, or I follow her, whatever, right? She's been a blessing to me and my family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm constantly inspired by her. In her fearlessness and in her ability to just be like, oh, I don't care how lofty or how crazy this shit is. She's like, all right, let's do it. But that spirit is like what I feel like we all need to adopt when it comes to this. Like, let's just do this shit. Like, it's no more, I don't care what the barriers are or the perceived barriers are or who we think won't listen. They'll listen. We just gotta, make enough noise. So I appreciate you. Shout out to Ray as well. He helped us do something that's just, to me, my seminal work, what we were able to do for the men out of Baltimore. We also got a few of the brothers that was a part of the I'm a Citizen campaign here today, and they're still flying and doing amazing shit. And I'm grateful, sorry, Molly. I'm grateful for that. So, and register to vote too. That's another thing. Anybody in here, bro, listen, this is one of the places in America where you never lose your right to vote. And to the men and the women that's still incarcerated, we gotta let them know that they can vote and they vote matters, right? In DC, your DC residents that are in the federal system can vote in all elections. Like that is, we can't keep leaving that money on the table, but we gotta vote. That's how we need to leverage. No, don't do that.
We got a new Ward 7 candidate too.
Yeah, I know, right? I
am not running for Ward 7
Might
council.
need to, too.
Don't listen to these rumors. I'm not.
Y'all
Y'all not doing this to me.
But whoever, we need to outvote is what we can leverage around getting things like this passed.
And I'm grateful,
But we might
I'm
need
too
it.
rebellious to be on the council. I'd be up there calling people naked, like it was ignorant.
We might need that.
That's not the energy they need. I don't even like these people.
You have an army behind it.
Yeah,
and I love y'all and I receive it.
But see, and getting that army behind any of us though. Oh, Marcus over there. I said this is what we need to do though, as far as if we're able to mobilize and talk in that way, that these people, these people and all their families voting in this direction. That's how, because right now, that's what really, I think, where the rubber meets the road, right? They like, man, I hear all that, but when the polls, when they looking at the turnout, you know what I mean? But imagine if it's 3,300 DC residents that's in federal prison right now. Just that alone, that's 3,300 votes nobody's thinking about. Nobody, right? Nobody's even thinking about that. You think about the maybe 70 to 80,000 returning citizens that live in the District of Columbia. You know what I mean? If half of that, if a third of that was ever to vote in one direction, right? But this is the kind of, that's what we got to be able to say, that we, right, this collective can be able to influence that amount of people. And it, it really shouldn't be as hard. But it takes work.
Murray got back in office when he came out.
Exactly.
He came down Lord. We couldn't vote, but he got us to call all our family members. He got everybody in Lord to call their family members and say, hey, vote for Burr. And it was like 10,000 votes that they didn't know was coming. They came and voted for Burr. Just saw people in jail calling their family and say, hey, Burr back out, vote for Burr.
It's a game changer. And so many times, and I really feel the most for, our brother Trayon, right? Who